Vladimir, stop. Those are the words posted by Donald Trump at 8:29 a.m. Washington time, a message blasted across his Truth social platform like a digital air raid siren, as 12 people are now confirmed to have died in Kyiv. President Trump speaking with a tone both paternal and panicked, calling on President Putin to halt what has become the deadliest barrage on Kyiv in 9 months, a strike that killed at least 12 people, civilians, wounded scores more, and reignited the urgency and the chaos of American wartime diplomacy. This unusually direct address to Putin followed yet another Trump tirade against Zelensky. On Wednesday, Trump accused the Ukrainian president of holding out for 3 more years of war before losing the whole country. He derided Zelensky as a man with no cards to play, an oddly bleak poker metaphor from a man who believes he can broker world peace faster than most people can cook an egg. And now Trump pleads with Putin for a ceasefire. He blames Zelensky for obstinance but begs the Kremlin for mercy. This contradiction could be seen as a strategy or as flailing and failing. What changed? The answer is political performance. Trump is approaching the 100th day of his presidency and he's achieved nothing. The moment when campaign slogans confront battlefield truths, he once claimed he'd end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours. Now he concedes it's not that simple. But of course, what he's now going to do is to say it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault. He is, in his words, being a little bit sarcastic. In reality, he's being blindsided. Let's examine the core. 5,000 soldiers a week are dying, Trump wrote. Now, let's get the peace deal done. But this isn't a policy position, it's a public lament. No mention of terms, monitoring, or mechanisms. What's on offer? A ceasefire that possibly legitimizes the Russian hold over Crimea? A global concession that overturns nearly a decade of US foreign policy? And what's been achieved so far? A prisoner swap, a vague promise not to bomb energy infrastructure, and yet the missiles keep falling, particularly from Russia. And meanwhile, Ukraine's President Zelensky visiting South Africa was already signalling readiness for talks after a full ceasefire. He called the bombing terrorism disguised as negotiation. South Africa's president praised Zelensky's openness but stopped short of condemning Russia, choosing, as ever, the posture of non-alignment, dressed in diplomatic velvet. Even as French President Macron thundered that Putin was lying, Trump was busy arguing that Zelensky had nothing to boast about. For a man who claims moral clarity, Trump is fumbling the most basic diplomatic grammar. Who is the aggressor and who is the aggrieved? Trump believes he can speak to Putin. He's a Putin whisperer in a language of alpha male and real estate deals. But war is not Mar-a-Lago, and Putin is not a property developer. Trump's approach, all caps and exclamation marks, suggests theatre, not statecraft. He underestimated the choreography of modern diplomacy, nuance, sequencing, verification. Even Trump's supposed pause in intelligence sharing with Kyiv has led to fears that Ukraine's cities could be hit without warning. That's not leverage, that's danger, and Trump put Ukraine in danger. So what does Vladimir stop really mean? It means Trump has entered the arena and the theatre is now absurd. It means Zelensky is left to defend democracy while fielding attacks from both east and west. It means the world watches again as the United States tries to conduct diplomacy by slogan. And as for Putin, he listens, yes, but only to weakness, not to tweets. And now Trump is tweeting weakness. And Putin, in the security of the Smeg fridge, locked for eternity in ice, iced up, can just smirk, as he'd been smirking for the last, I don't know when he entered the Smeg fridge. But whoever is sitting in the Kremlin and pretending to be Putin, I don't suppose he's smirking much. I don't suppose there's a lot of smirking going on. But down in the cellar, down in the fridge, down in the bunker, Putin smirks.